Hey everybody, Jayborino here. Welcome back. It's Insurrection Remastered. We're heading into Mission 12. At the end of the last mission, we finished the Terran campaign. That's right. So we're going to start the Protoss campaign this time. Satellite platform. Brontes 4 has been completely overrun by the Zerg. You, accompanied by Syndrea, must free the planet from this scourge. Ah, Syndrea, or Syndria, depending on who you ask at what point in this campaign. They just sort of changed the pronunciation of her name randomly. Okay, this also is the one with a huge amount of air forces that just flood into your base. I wonder if Vorgozz has changed that, though. We'll find out.
Entaro Adun and Draxus, you have done well under my guidance. Time draws nigh when you must guide our warriors to victory. The 7th Fleet shall detach from our main host, protect the passage of our return. The system of Brontes lay deeply embedded within the poisoned clutches of the Zerg. Our expedition is to eliminate this blight, by any means.
I will not fail you, Tassadar.
The Judicator Syndria will accompany you to offer both counsel and wisdom. May the gods guide your actions, son of Ire, and may the light of reason shine upon you.
Executor, I have deployed scouts to the Brontes region. They have uncovered the source of contamination to be centered upon the small world of Brontes 4. We have studied the planet's surface and found it rife with Zerg infestation. In the wake of the crumbling Confederacy, the Terrans have devolved into anarchy. It lay as a primitive patchwork of feuding tribes and city-states.
And you would counsel, Judicator?
Isolate the core of the infestation. Sever all communication between Brontes 4 and its neighboring worlds.
A wise decision, Judicator. Make haste.
Judicator. Seize the platform. And then our two heroes must survive. So she's Syndria, this mission, I suppose. Let's try this out. Let's see what it is.
Entaro Adun.
7th Fleet Command Ship Andraxis. That's cool.
Proceed with your given task.
There's Syndrea.
Destroy any who oppose your action.
And then we have a bunch of scouts. Okay, so again, the beginning of this could be crazy. It could not be. We have some High Templar, and that kind of gives me an idea. What if we get a Templar Archives? No, but we can get a Citadel of Adun. What if we just try to get Storm out on our High Templar really fast? That could be intriguing and useful. This is the first mission. Again, I don't know if Vorgozz maybe made this easier or harder, depending. This is interesting, how there's just probes out in these random areas where we could build more defenses if we want. There's an expansion there. There's an expansion here, so we want to try to get out there as soon as possible, I suppose. Huh. Okay, well, for now, let's just kind of hang out at home. The only thing I could think to do is try to stasis properly. And in fact, I'm going to... Well, there's really not much point in saving because we could just reload the mission, but we want to save until the actual attack comes. If we have to restart, we have to restart, but it's more so like... If it comes down to simple execution, then the goal is going to be to use stasis properly. If we can isolate half these units, especially the Scourge, then we should be able to kill them. We have a lot of stuff. Alternatively, we use the... Alternatively, well, we can... Well, I want to hold on to the shuttle, because we're going to need that, I think, to expand. I was going to say we could use that to scout. What we could do, though, is take a scout, like an actual scout, and go and look around. It looks like they already have the speed upgrade. Well, we'll know if they're coming, because we have cannons just sort of around us, so that's pretty nice. But the fact that we start with carriers, to me, sort of means, like, hey, make more carriers. That's probably what I'm going to do, because the ultimate goal is to survive the initial attack, even if there is an initial attack. It hasn't happened yet. So maybe Vorgozz removed it. At this point, I think we just have to move out and destroy the Zerg that are on these central platforms. At least that's what it was in the original game. But at the beginning, it was like a giant attack of Scourge and Mutalisks. So again, it may be different now. It's hard to say. And considering Syndrea's cloaking everything, the Scourge will just go straight for her. But she has a lot of shields, and she's 3/3/3 already. And in fact... Wow, our air forces are all 3/3/3 to start with. That's great. Okay. That's very intriguing. So we've got Psystorm coming up. Got upgrades happening. Yeah, I could take a scout and go and look, but for now, I mean, we really don't necessarily need shuttles to go and attack with ground forces. We'll just go straight air this map, and we can always recall probes over to take these bases if we want. But I think it's interesting how there's outline cannons, so we can get an idea of where the AI is going to go at one time. Large amounts of Zerg flyers have been detected approaching our position. Caution is recommended. Okay, we need this storm then to finish like as soon as possible because this could be really dangerous. So Syndrea, you're going to be hotkeyed. 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 Okay, so where are they coming from again? We have these outlying defenses to at least give us an indication. My goal was just... Let's set up a couple cannons like on the outskirts. Again, we just need to get some vision on where they're coming from. We should probably over here as well set up a little bit. Okay, well this is just Zerglings. Yeah, the beginning of this is definitely different and it's not absurd. I remember the first time I played this, it was like out of control trying to survive the beginning. I don't know who thought it up or who thought it was a good idea, but it was really weird and crazy. We're gonna need more pylons because I presume that our outlying defenses will fall. There it is. There it is. Okay, well, they might be coming from over here. It depends on where they're going to go next. They could just come over here and we'd be totally screwed. Okay, no, now they're going left. They may just hit all of these outlying areas, just boom, 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 boom. Now, unfortunately, our tech over here is going to get hit, but that's really not a big deal. Alternatively, we try to meet them over on that platform. This may be a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Head on over here.
Destroy any who oppose your action.
Okay, let's head on over here.
My choice.
We are under attack.
That's assuming that they will even come from this direction. I just need a couple of good storms and we can do this, no problem. It's just making sure that we have the storms. Where are they going? Yes, I think they're going to come down here next. Yeah, they're clumping up effectively, so we could storm this and it's going to be glorious, basically. But we have to land them. So here they come. Okay, storm time, baby. Right there. Right there. Oh my god. That was the most glorious thing I've ever seen in my entire life. With that... Oh, okay. Some free Guardian kills. This will be satisfying to eliminate all of these. Let's try to keep all the stuff alive. All of our tech. I think this was the smart decision to come over here. We won't have to rebuild a forge or anything. The next step, I think... Let's just make sure this guy didn't get away. But the next step, I think, is going to be to come up and take one of these.
I will not fail you.
I don't know. Maybe they're just going to keep sending those giant attacks. There's really... I don't know. So let's send some probes over there. So we could have lost way more there, but we didn't. What we need, though, is a lot more gas. If we can catch them before they get too far, we can stop this. I think the Dragoons we just leave at home to ensure that we don't get dropped on. I mean, we will get dropped on, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say, but we can ensure that it doesn't do huge amounts of damage. We can get a couple Zealots, too, just in case. Okay, then we'll grab a Fleet Beacon. Well, I'm not going to make Dark Archons this map. This little area, that's a nice little thing that we can hang on to, and then we will set up a base here. I was just playing Command & Conquer Generals before this, so again, like, my wires are getting all twisted between these two franchises. It's really hard to imagine both, because they both play very differently. It's just, I think StarCraft will always be first nature to me for now, but who knows? The more I play, the weirder it's going to get. The more Command & Conquer I play, I should say. Okay, right there. I think we gotta get the interceptor upgrade. We already have it. That's good. Scout sight range, probably not necessary. And then as soon as possible, we're just gonna start pumping out more carriers. What else did we spend our money on? Really just another Stargate, which we can't even afford to produce out of. I could take the right side base too, but there's enemies over there, and I just want to ensure that this gets set up with no problems.
I will accept nothing
For now.
less than victory.
I will accept nothing less than victory. Thanks, Andraxis. Okay, so let's send this home. I could take these units and go start probing. Again, 3-3-3 scouts are very strong. And plus, we've got Andraxis, who does a lot of damage, and he's very powerful. I noticed that these areas are visible to us, so I just want to check to see what's over here. Nothing. Okay, so in the original map, I'm pretty certain that the goal was to take out whatever was on these central platforms. I think that's all we have to do. It seems like the enemy is attacking us, but it's pretty small scale, which is good, because again, this is a mission 1, so I would hope that it's not crazy. I don't think it shouldn't be crazy, because again, it's not. It's like it's the mission 1 of a different race, so I would hope it's not like everything's going crazy. You gotta try extra hard this map. You know, the beginning section could go wrong, that's for sure. But the fact that we are given 2 High Templar is sort of like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Get Storm out, and you'll be in good shape. Okay, and then these guys, we'll leave in our base just in case. Just in case of what, you might ask. I don't know. I don't really have an answer. Hopefully nothing goes horribly wrong. Okay, and now we can start getting out more carriers. We're going to rally them up to Andraxis. There we go. 2 more carriers.
And you would counsel, prepare for
7th
war.
Fleet Command Ship. I like that. So I think with enough carriers, we obviously will not have a problem, and they're already upgraded. I can go ahead and get Scout sight range. I don't know why. We just did it, though. Does that increase their range, or just how far they can see? It's an interesting idea, but like if it's completely unnecessary, I don't know what the point is. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is grab 1 probe. I know that there's Zerg over here because they destroyed the cannon that was there. So I'm going to drop a probe off, come back, and then pick up a couple Dragoons. Oh, I have another shuttle. Okay, so let's bring these guys over here. If I can get this set up, then we can just build carriers faster. And keep in mind, we need more minerals to make the... we need even more minerals to make the interceptors. So it's going to get expensive. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. So that might be exactly where the Nexus can fit. It might not be able to fit anywhere else. Okay, there's nothing else here. Let's send the shuttles home. We can bring over 2 more Dragoons, and I think the High Templar are fine where they are. Is this even worth me setting up at this point? I mean, it's 400 minerals. That's 1 carrier. Whatever. That would have stocked my interceptors.
Carrier has arrived.
All right, just drinking some water there, and then we will wait for another set of carriers. I guess in the long run this will pay off. It's just, you know, buying the probes. It gets expensive. It looks like they're trying to come over here and attack us. Please, please, attack, please. Okay. What I like here, again, it doesn't seem like the enemy attacks are huge, and they're very easy to intercept, and we have a very, very strong air force to shut out with. And this makes sense, because the Protoss fleet is freshly coming into the Brontes system. So it's intriguing that, like, it shouldn't be... I mean, we should be extremely powerful. Our air fleet should be fully upgraded at this point. Like, only due to infighting later on is why things start going horribly south, which is very typical of Protoss and Terran alike. More carriers. Just realistically only need like 1 or 2 cannons over here for me to feel safer. Plus we've got the Dragoons. It's not enough to hold out against a huge force, but it might hold on long enough for our scouts to get over here. At the very least, I'm hopeful that that can pay for itself. That's really all I need it to do. This Nexus... It's like, well, the mineral layout is interesting. It's like classic StarCraft 1, so it's kind of hard to... It's kind of hard to get maximal... or to determine what your maximum amount of probes is necessary to be fully efficient. Let's just make sure that we're getting fully stocked on our interceptors. I mean, the fact that we're already 3-3 to me means we probably should just go and attack here pretty soon. I just want to make sure that I have some backup infrastructure here in case we need to rebuild anything, because who knows what's over there. I am going to grab 1 scout.
Destroy any location.
Also, under the cover of Syndrea, we should be pretty safe. I mean, there will probably be other stuff. I wonder if it's just this. I mean, there may not be anything else on this map. Let's just get an idea of what's here. Yeah, see, there's nothing over here. Yeah, I think we could just go if there's nothing else there. So let's just finish building our interceptors. 2 more carriers. I don't know, let's just having a little bit of fun here. while we decide what we're building. But we're basically getting a full foothold on the platform. Think about that. Roleplay it a little bit, the future of the Protoss. Even though it doesn't matter what you do now, everything's going to fall apart, as is very typical for our Protoss and Terran friends in the StarCraft universe in general.
Ataro Dune, and you would counsel a wise decision.
A wise decision. Okay, this should be good.
And you would counsel.
Oops. Tab does not work. Actually, let's just have this be a group, and then we'll have Syndrea and the Scouts be group 2. How about that?
Proceed with your task.
Okay, and then we just again want to make sure that we're stocked with interceptors before. Well, yeah, let's just go. It'll be fine. I think it will be fine. Let's just get ourselves poised like right here.
My words displease you?
Make haste.
My words displease you.
Proceed with your given task.
I will accept nothing less than.
Okay, and I think we're good in terms of how many interceptors. Yeah, there we go. It looks like with Andraxis included, it messes up what it considers having buildable interceptors. Like, for example, if you have the Gantra Thor plus 3 carriers, the Gantra Thor has full interceptors, but other carriers don't, you'll still get a command card to build a command to build interceptors available too. But here, that's not the case. As you had seen prior when I had carriers that needed to build interceptors. I know that was a convoluted way to explain that, but hopefully that's kind of indicates the bugs that we're facing here. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. But we are extremely strong. Let's just move this carrier back a little bit. Okay, let's keep our scouts close. Seems like there's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's defilers here, and I don't have any observers, unfortunately. But otherwise, we just need to. I think we lost 1 scout, no problem. So their Scourge just sort of like hanging out. I don't know where they're coming from. There must be more entrenched Zerg on this map. So let's just take this middle platform, and then we can build more carriers. Or we can build more scouts, actually. The scout price has been reduced. They're 200, 150. That's actually very nice of you, Vorgozz. I appreciate that, and I may actually build them more frequently now. Because while you can't really rely on them to provide any real DPS, anti-ground at least, you just build some of them. They're very, very tanky, so they will help quite a bit as they take a lot of hits while your other forces clean things up. Yeah, so there's obviously more to this. I don't know where the enemy units are coming from. Syndrea doing 75 damage. 75 damage is really good. Let's just move away from this area because there's Dark Swarm. Okay, well, let's go and look for where they're coming from. It's possible that this whole area is combined together. 1,000 shields is crazy. Okay, I see creep. And we know that the enemy just sent a lot of what they had to come and defend. Scourge are a little scary for carriers only because the interceptors can't react fast enough. Okay, and we should be fine here. I guess the fun of this map, though, is starting with those air upgrades. Because it's like, I'm not gonna build ground forces and drop. That would be extremely stupid. Okay, Syndrea getting hit, but she's okay. Shield batteries would have been a smart idea, I think. Okay, keep pushing. Don't get drawn into those. We will get whittled away if we're not careful, so. And I think we've lost a couple carriers. Oh my god. Okay, the Scourge. We just have to wait for our carriers to do their thing at this point. We can make more carriers. And just slowly getting rid of their production at this point. We just have to very slowly but surely push through this. And be extra careful of Scourge, which is why I'm building scouts to just hang out to ensure. that the Scourge don't creep up on us too quick and kill Syndrea, because that would be extremely sad. Oh yeah, and then our heroes, they have mild regeneration, so we don't have to worry about them taking hull damage. It's actually quite nice. Okay, and I think Andraxis is still attacking. I remember in mission 2, I think it was mission 2, where he's got this weird bug where he, he's got this weird bug where his interceptors just stop launching at one point. That was extremely frustrating. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Also, I think Mission 2 of the Protoss campaign is also called Satellite Platform. I'm pretty sure it's just the same. It seems like Andraxis has a much longer range, which is cool. We can use that, especially next mission, to our advantage. Ah, classic Insurrection. You're so weird. Okay. Don't let him rebuild. Destroy this last spore colony, and then I'm assuming that the rest of the enemy is just opposite of this on the other side of this left side or right side platform. Okay. They probably have another Spire on the other side, but it's worth taking this stuff out. Now, with Terran, we learned that tech buildings don't matter. With Zerg, they might. I assume creep colonies wouldn't matter, overlords don't matter, that kind of stuff. But what would matter, I'm going to assume, is probably every tech structure, so like spawning pool, Hydralisk, and that probably counts towards victory against the Zerg. I'm not 100% sure. I just imagine that creep colonies do not count. But we won't really know. We can test it out this map, actually, because like over here, I killed the hatchery and the hive, but it's possible that we could have left all the other buildings. We had an opportunity to test it out earlier when we were in the Terran campaign, but we didn't. We should have, though. Okay, as long as the Defiler isn't here, we're probably fine. Okay, just keep building those interceptors. Actually, okay, so we killed the hatchery here, and the mission didn't end. So I'm guessing that there's got to be another tech structure, or maybe there's something else like up here. We have to find. There's more on this map. I don't know where though. Or they've rebuilt. Let's go back and look. They could have easily rebuilt. We should use the scouts to look because they're quick. Whoops, left these guys here. They didn't rebuild, and the overlords aren't floating anywhere to indicate where. Oh, I see. Okay. So we found it. There may be two more. Oh, yeah, there's creep over there, too. So there's 4 areas to take out. I think that this was their main one, if I had to guess. I'm not sure, though. Well, again, hats off to Vorgozz for making this way more interesting than it was. This map was just a buggy mess, and I think it had to do with the fact... It probably had to do with the fact that this was made in one of the original versions of StarCraft, so it's possible that whatever was intended on this map was not able to be carried out at a certain point. It's something to do maybe with how strong photon cannons were, or carriers were, or something. Probably had something to do with how strong certain Protoss units were, to the point where once they got nerfed, the beginning of this map was near unbeatable. I was able to complete it when I played it in the original version, but I had to try it many times and like figure it out, which was weird. I think this was the one. I don't know. Maybe I did it blind, but if I finished it, it was lucky. It was probably lucky. I think I remember using stasis quite a bit. I'm going to go back and probably look at what I did after this just because I'm intrigued, but I would like to test what we have to and not have to destroy on this map, but I think maybe... Nah, we'll see. I could try a few different things. Ultimately, because there's 4 different enemy bases, I don't want to end up having to backtrack a bunch if we end up leaving something. So like if there's a spawning pool here, I may have considered leaving it just to test it. Alternatively, I'll just destroy everything this time and let Vorgozz tell me. But for the Terran, it was very specific. It was only production structures, armories, academies, science facilities didn't count, as far as I could tell. So with the Zerg, I don't know, it's different because their production structures are exclusively hatcheries, so we'll see. Okay, here we are. Let's see if they have like a spire here or something and just go straight for the hatchery and see if it ends. It looks like they don't have anything like that, unfortunately. Those Hydralisks are probably pre-placed, though. If they were pre-placed, I'm surprised that they didn't come and defend when we attacked the central platform. Oh, there's an evolution chamber. This is a good opportunity. Okay, it didn't end. So let's destroy the spore colonies and then the evolution chamber. And that if the evolution chamber does count, I would assume that all the other stuff does too, like spawning pool, Hydralisk den, Ultralisk cavern, that kind of stuff. Or maybe there's another enemy base somewhere, then I don't know where it is. All right, so here we go. Get rid of this. Okay, that didn't end either. So I'm going to start looking around. It's possible that this could also just be an exception. Or maybe... Because, I mean, in the last mission of the Terran campaign, I'm going to keep calling it that, we didn't have to destroy every Zerg creep colony, I don't think. But seizing control of the space platform may simply just be killing everything. Yeah, see, they're bringing things from elsewhere, so there must be another base. I wouldn't be surprised if they rebuilt. Ah, perfect though. We can let's go and check all the other areas. But what we can do is destroy the hatcheries and then see if it ends. I'm like obsessed with figuring this out now, even though all it would take for me is just to wait until this is released and someone will tell me. Nah, they rebuilt over here too. Oh my god. Did they? Oh no, it's just creep that's still receding. Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. So the spawning pool doesn't count, which to me means that most of the other ones don't count either. It's just hatcheries. Cool, okay. The question of the day. I'm like, making such a big deal out of this. It does not matter. Okay, I mean, it does matter. I should take that back. That's going to save me a boatload of time in the future. But, like, in the context of this mission, I'm like, what is it going to be? What is it going to be? It's not that important. It actually is very important to me in the grand scheme of things because of how much time it will save me. But, like, in the context of this video, it's like, who cares? We'll find out in a couple days. Or I will, at least. By the time you're watching this, it's probably already been commented on in the video. Okay, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.